everybody? I'm here today to tell you how to handle black ice while driving. This will be an easy lesson for beginners, so let's get right into the video. So if you're driving and you see black ice, then you're in a better position than someone who doesn't see black ice. And unfortunately, and black ice is just ice on the road that is very difficult to see, okay? Sometimes you can spot it in advance, other times you just realize that you're on it already, okay? And everyone, if you live somewhere where it gets cold and icy and rainy and snowy and so forth, then you're probably going to encounter at least some black ice. It's happened to me, I don't know, probably about 50 times, 100 times in my driving career so far. And everyone that I know, I live in Toronto, Ontario, in Canada, so we get some pretty harsh winters, everyone that I know has encountered some black ice in the driving career. So you need to know how to handle it, okay? Number one is to try to avoid driving on it, meaning if you see the black ice and you can move out of the way early enough and safely enough, then try to avoid it, because avoiding it is far easier than dealing with it. So if you see the black ice and you can switch lanes or take a different street, try to avoid it, because it's super dangerous to drive on. So if you can avoid it, that'll be in your favor. Number two, if you have to drive on it, try to brake beforehand. So if I see the black ice in front of me, I'm going to try and brake as much as I need to, slow down to a much slower speed before I get on the ice. And I'll tell you why. If you brake when you're on that black ice, your ABS is going to go off. You're probably going to start to get worried, and it's going to take you much longer to slow down. Whereas if you can brake beforehand, you're able to slow down much faster, okay? Number three, try to avoid accelerating. So you want to try to brake beforehand and just hover over the brake and try and get through that black ice patch at a slower speed, okay? Avoid accelerating if you can. If you have to accelerate, then accelerate just gently. But please try to avoid accelerating, because that makes it much easier to lose control on that ice. Most of the time, at least in my experience, black ice is just a little patch. It's not like an entire long sheet of it. It's usually a little patch. So luckily, at least from my experience, every time I've encountered it, it's just been for a brief second or two, and then I'm over it, okay? So try to avoid accelerating, but if it's a long stretch and you have to accelerate, which is probably extremely rare, but if you have to, then really gently press that gas pedal, really gently. And if you're driving a manual car, you want to balance out and feather that gas clutch balance to try and just slowly move across it, okay? Number four, if you're driving on it and you have to steer, then steer and turn the wheel very slowly and smoothly, not quickly, like slowly. And you can probably do this because you're driving at a slow speed, hopefully. So just turn the wheel very slowly and smoothly. You want to imagine you're driving on a big block of butter, okay? And if you turn the wheel too fast, you're going to slide. So you want to turn the wheel slowly while driving at a slow speed, okay? So definitely slow down and smooth out your steering maneuvers if you have to steer on it, okay? Last but not least is number five, which is massively increase your following distance. If you see black ice, or if you know that you're on it, let's say you didn't spot it, but you realize, oh wow, I'm driving on black ice, really increase your following distance between yourself and the car in front of you. Because what might happen is this, I'll tell you. Let's say they brake, the car in front of you brakes, and they just got off of the black ice. So they're braking on the road. They're going to stop really quickly. You're going to be braking and you might still be on that black ice, which is going to cause you to slide and probably smash into them. So that can happen. So really, like, massively increase your following distance. You want to literally get as big of a following distance gap as possible between yourself and the car in front of you. Let's keep it like that. It's as simple as that. Okay? That's it. That is how to handle black ice while driving. Hopefully you never encounter it, and hopefully you can avoid it. But if you have to drive on it, then that's how to take care of it, how to handle it. That's it. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.